Tell me when.
Jenna, we have liftoff on just about everything.
Amazing. Hey guys, how are
Everybody.
you? I'm going to try not to get hit by a cab while I am hailing a cab, holding my coffee, and an umbrella, and it's raining, and there are no taxis. And we have ourselves a new president. Woohoo! What in the hell happened last night? What is that all about? I had a big party last night, and I had people over, and Trump started winning. I said, oh, it's cool, like, this is what happens, you know, with zero experience. This is what I said. I said, it's cool, this is how it goes, guys. Like, he'll win a bunch, and then you'll see she'll come in. Look, if I've done this once, I've done it 1,000 times. But the truth is, wait, I'm going to put my coffee here. The truth is, I haven't done it 1,000 times. Like, I don't even know what I was basing that on. And then all of a sudden, you know, he started winning and she didn't. And then he started winning again and she didn't. Then he started winning again and again and again and she didn't. And then all of a sudden it was like 10 o'clock. And then I was sort of losing my mind a little bit. And I was a little confused. And then all the pundits were confused. And then all my media friends were confused. And then the next thing you know, mass confusion led to... Hold on, I'm going to jump in a cab. This is as real and honest and live as it gets. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can close this umbrella. Of course, it's raining. Why wouldn't it? Let me get to a taxi here. Hi, 40th and 8, please. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, it was quite a night. Why am I smiling? I'm smiling because I think I'm just shell-shocked a little bit. However, I mean, this is the process. This is like this is what happens when you either don't vote or you lie to pollsters who say who you're going to vote for, and you're too embarrassed to say you're going to vote for Trump, so you just say you're going to vote for Hillary, and then when you get to vote, you vote for who you really wanted to vote for. So, hey, good for him. Like, talk about an outsider who is, I mean, you remember that first time he came down that escalator, and he's like, guess what? I'm going to run for president. People were like, good luck with that. And they put, like, everybody's, you know, you have an A, a B, a C, and a D reporter on a different correspondent. And everyone's like, oh, we'll send all the D reporters. Like, he's not going far. And the guy went all the way. And now we have, what, a 45th president of the United States? And it's Donald J. Trump. And let's see who said it. Lance actually predicted it last night. Lance is like, stranger things have happened. He could do it. So let me explain our logistics for a split second, and then we'll get back to my shock and awe. I am giving a speech at the New York Times today, so I am heading down there with you guys, and then when my speech starts, I'm going to send this over to Lance so he can fill for an hour, and he can see what it's like to fill for an hour when he asks me to, and then I will resume, and we will continue on with our regularly scheduled programming downtown. It's raining here in New York City. Here, take a look. I'm in taxi. Can you see? Now, in here, killed myself hailing a cab, holding the umbrella and my bag with my coffee because I went to Rex Coffee, my favorite place, and I'm not about to ditch this. Like, God forbid. Like, I'd rather, like, drop my bag and lose my umbrella and leave my speech and get my hair a mess rather than drop the coffee. My priorities are all kinds of messed up today. Anyway, so getting back to last night. So I think what happened was twofold. And this is just my opinion. But I think that a lot of the polls were wrong because a lot of people were not honest about who they were going to vote for. I think you go ahead and watch TV and read the newspapers and listen to the pundits, and all they say is Trump did this bad, and Trump did this bad, and Trump is bad, and Trump is bad, and Trump is bad. So if someone asks who you're going to vote for, you're never going to say Donald Trump, you know, whether you believe in him or not. So what do? You say you're going to vote for the other guy, and then when it comes down to it, you vote for Donald Trump.
The other guy was a woman.
The other guy was a woman. I was like joking last night. I'm like, well, at least she's napping, so she doesn't know what's happening. I really thought she was going to like take a long nap. I thought both of them were going to take a nap and then wake up halfway through polling. I was like, don't wake her up. Just let her keep sleeping. I think the other thing that happened, and Lance, tell me if you think I'm wrong, like, is it possible they should have gone with maybe a flashier running mate, or maybe someone more aligned with more Obama, or more in line with the country or who people
Yeah,
knew,
I
or someone
actually.
just a little flat?
It's interesting. Even the choices that they made on the music, it's sort of where I thought that they were weak and they were sort of establishing their base as opposed to reaching out to the, like instead of having like a Jay-Z singing, maybe they should have had a country music singer. Sort of going more towards the middle America, and they really just concentrated on their base as opposed to middle America is what I was seeing, and that's what Trump actually ended up siphoning off from the Democratic Party is the working class.
But the other thing was, we talked about this for the last couple months. She never actually not a great campaigner, right? There was a lot of assumptions that she was going to win, and there was a lot of I'll just play defense. And when the email controversy comes my way, I'll just forward it off. I'll just bat it away instead of just catching the ball and saying, "Here's the ball. Here's what it is. Here's what I'm dealing with." I'll just keep batting it away. It's going to go away. It doesn't matter. We're going to win anyway. It's going to go away.
Right.
And I think that campaigning wasn't great. I also think, and this was echoed on all the morning shows this morning, that America felt that the things she did wrong were on equal level with the things he did wrong. Now, whether they are or not, that her whole scandal with the emails and the dishonesty and all of it was on par with his whole scandal with the womanizing and all of that, and it sort of canceled each other out. And at the end of it, they felt like, I guess we'd be better off with the womanizing or whatever you want to call it than we would with the dishonesty, the lying, and that billingness. But there will be people in her camp that will continue to say and fight amongst themselves, had we just dealt with all this email craziness from the very, very beginning, got out in front of it, and then you wouldn't have to deal with the Huma and the Anthony Weiner and all the FBI stuff. Like, get out in front of it. And I think that's the lesson always, and nobody ever wants to learn it. Anthony Weiner went through the same thing, remember? Right? When that whole email thing first popped up, the first thing he did, my email was hacked. It was deny, my email was hacked. Like, who knows? All I can tell you is, from my history, you come out in front of something. I call it the Jason Giambi effect. Jason Giambi was caught with steroids, and he could have thwarted it away the way every other baseball player does, and he said, "I did it, I made a mistake." Guess what? They forgave him. Continued to play. And then he played after also. Like, he played, and nobody, when you talk about the big steroid users in baseball, like, he was one of them, and he admits it, but his name isn't the first one that pops up. So I call it the Jason Giambi effect. And I think that had she come out early on and been a little bit more forthcoming about what actually happened, as opposed to, I don't even know what email is. I don't even know how to use email. I think I vaguely remember hearing her say she didn't even know what a BlackBerry was, which I was like, I can't. And then also, again, both of them played to their base, right? Like, he never tried to go out and get new supporters. He played to his base, but maybe his base was a lot bigger than we all thought it was. It was bigger than we all thought it was. And maybe she did the same thing. Either way, I mean, look, what fascinates me as someone watching it, and not in the media anymore, what fascinates me is the fact that our country has the ability to be surprised again. We have so few surprises in our life, and every single media person out there gave this no shot of happening, right? There were no paths towards victory on his part. We could surmise, but there were no true delegated reaching this many number. You couldn't do it. And he did it. A guy that has no experience, a guy that has, bucked conventional wisdom and conventional ethics and all of it. A guy like that has found a way to, throw his name in the hat, do well and win at the debates, somehow win a primary, become the GOP nominee, and then win. Yes, right up here on the left is good. Okay, and Lance, you talk for a second. I just have to pay for the taxi.
So this is Lance. Let me explain
What do
a
you
little.
think? Do you think there's any truth to what I'm saying?
There's a lot of truth to what you're saying. But let me actually set up for everybody what's going on. Jen is giving a talk today at the New York Times. Your mom says good morning, by the way.
Hi, Sheila. Hi, Mom.
So we're broadcasting Jenna on a FaceTime call to us, and we are putting it up on Periscope and Facebook Live. So that's the start of what's going on here. In terms of last night, and I actually, I should have put the phone on portrait lock. We switched phones. So this is our technological revolution over here.
Yes, please. Sorry.
We have a lot of comments.
Were you
My
surprised?
feeling is that he actually, like I've been saying all along, I think that the country is going to do well. It's an amazing country, and I think he's going to do his best to make sure that the country does well. I think there are people, like, he supposedly had as many Latino and African American or black voters as Mitt Romney did, nationwide, and so it was a close race.
It was. It was a very close race. It was fun to watch. Wait, I have to get somewhere where I can.
But the guy never.
Where I go.
The guy hasn't lost an election. Like he's 2-0. Like he beat 17 guys or 16 people, whatever, in the primary, and he beat one person here. Nobody's ever beaten him in an election. He doesn't lose much in life. So,
Right.
like, he just has a gear. So we talked about this a few weeks ago. I thought that he had a gear that very few people have. Like, you don't get to where he is in life, and I think people were really dismissive of everything that he's accomplished in his life. Whether you like him or not, I mean, he certainly made some faux pas to give it benefit of the doubt. But I don't think he was planning on being president. You don't go, somebody said last night, you don't go on the Howard Stern show if you're planning on being president, and so I think he had those things out there, but people were forgiving of that. And a lot of people didn't understand how, Anthony Weiner ended up with the nation's secrets on his computer, That was just a weird thing.
I mean, how do I say this? Like, a lot of people went down in Trump going up. Like, Billy Bush was on that push. Billy Bush loses his job, and Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Like, Anthony Weiner's not. I'm just saying, right or wrong. Like, Anthony Weiner's in equine sex therapy right now. Let's just say it was a crazy political season process that I won't soon forget, and I think will be hard to explain in our history books. It'll sort of be. I mean, this is American history, and it was like scandalous and seedy and sexy, and it was demoralizing, and it was ugly, and then it was exciting, and it was fast and furious and surprising, and how thrilling, I don't want to say good or bad, but how thrilling that in today's day and age where everything is solidified and predicted and polled, and where there's always like guessing and what's going to happen, not guessing, but there's so much like, there's an expert to tell you exactly how things going to go, that we were actually surprised by something. That to me.
Oh. We're locked up.
Actually worked out.
Jenna, we locked up for...
Was on about me.
Jenna, we locked up for a minute. Okay, you're back. We missed your last point. We missed your last point about basically, the surprise.
How thrilling that we could be surprised again as a nation when there's so few surprises anymore. We predict things, we poll, we do early voting, we do early analysis, we do all these things so that we can know the answer before the answer comes. And finally, the whole country was surprised. You look at Kellyanne Conway, Trump's campaign manager, and she said yesterday, we had this locked up. Like, you put her up against the wall, I bet she would even admit that she was surprised. His family, I'm sure, was surprised. But that's the beauty of it. Like, we finally were all shocked a little bit.
Which is good. You want some comments?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Sandy McCaughey says, good morning. Tim says hello. Joey says hello, Jenna. Lauren Trahan says, good morning, life in the city. Tim says, good morning. Jen Meyer says, New York City is crying because Trump is president. The rain is coming down hard, and that's the sign, tears. Robert Farrell says, drain the swamp. Christy Yeager says, not able to be happy. Joe Hodge says, fist pump buddy. Jan Meyer says, having a difficult day. This is not going away. Can you hear these? Jenny, you hearing this? Yeah, okay. Anna Robinson says, someone is going to jail. Marianne Ford says, in the fetal position in bed crying.
Oh no!
Diane D'Antino says, devastated and concerned for my family. Anna Paulson Robinson says, no more pressing 2 for English. Jan Meyer says, I can't fathom the idea of having a first lady in the White House. Both lines, her fake breasts, and allows a man to speak to other women the way he does.
Well, listen, if you're going to say that, let's, just to be fair, Hillary Clinton, you know, was the first lady, and her husband made some very lewd comments as President of the United States to an intern, and was accused of a lot of things as well, and stayed with her husband. So I guess you have to, you do have to, am I right? You do have to sort of acknowledge that she did something similar. It wasn't nearly, I mean, we don't know. We only know maybe 1 or 2 instances and a couple accusations, but anyway, go on. Playing devil's advocate.
Stretch says he hopes our equal rights don't go away. Connie Butler says his base is bigger because America is fed up with the political lies and people need jobs and better health care. Chichi Margolis says, good morning, Jenna.
Good morning, Chichi.
Neville Jumon says, good luck with the job thing. With the thumbs down. I don't know.
Okay.
Scott Halwarda says, scruffier pearls are on the horizon. Trump was so played. Gail Shaper says, love you, Jenna.
Thank you very much.
Rebecca McLean says she did not go to the key states she needed to win to campaign like PA at the last minute. She had no message. She did not say what she would do to change America. She just kept going after Trump. The people spoke. I myself did not vote for either of them. Give him a chance.
Look, you're gonna have to. He's your president. You're gonna have to give him. You have to give him a chance because what is your other option? I mean, Canada can only accept so many people. So, you know, let's see what he can do. He told everyone the same thing. He said, just what you know. You can't go wrong. What do you have to lose? So what do you have to lose? Like, let's see what the guy can do before we all decide to jump out of the burning building, which I don't think is burning. Anyway, go on.
There's a chance he becomes our best president ever, and it would behoove everybody if he becomes our best president.
You know why? Right, maybe because we just don't know. Her, we know her policies, we know her politics. We just don't know his. So let's wait and see.
Sandra Rose says, if you tell the truth, it becomes a part of your past. If you lie, it becomes a part of your future. Unknown.
Brilliant. You're right.
Hillary Best Right says Hillary is getting ready to speak. So's Jenna.
I waited home a long time. I waited, and she never came to the podium, so I finally had to leave. But I'd love to know how it goes.
Well, I'm sure we'll be watching it tonight sometime.
You know what? You could just take a video of that when I go upstairs if you want for a little bit.
We can cut in some live feed. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So Allison Henderson says, hi, Jenna, Lance, and Connor. Love you guys. Stephanie Wendy DiStefano says he can't make companies bring jobs back. That's open to debate. I mean, like, he can definitely provide incentives. He can tax stuff. There's a lot of things that can happen. Lisa Lakowski says, I love your enthusiasm today.
Thank you.
Michelle Sausher says, well said. Lisa Lakowski again says, you are right. Cynthia.
By the way, listen, I got to tell you something funny. So Michelle Sausher, who just said great speech, and my friend Marcy were both over last night. And I won't say who voted for who, but one was voting for one person and one was voting for other. And I was sitting down to eat my salad. And what started out as a healthy discussion it was the three of us, just three women. Girls were sleeping. We were watching a healthy discussion turned a little bit colorful, then a little spirited, and within 5 minutes, it was basically an all-out brawl between the two of them. And the only way I knew how to calm my anxiety and the awkwardness of the moment was to just shove more salad and kale down my throat. And I was just shoveling and shoveling because I didn't know how else to handle it. And they were full on fighting. And I thought to myself, these are my two best friends. How could they full on be eating on each other? I thought they were gonna just get up and either roll around on the carpet and have it out, or just leave. And I thought, God, it's just a small microcosm of what the country is gonna be like. I mean, are we that are we that associated with each of these candidates that we can't see across party lines, even with friendship? So anyway, that's why on Facebook there's this ridiculous picture of me with this astronaut helmet on, because I didn't know how to handle the awkward situation. So I put on one of my kids' Halloween costume hats on. I just sat there and ate my salad, and then she took a picture of it and we put it on Facebook, and that was the end of it. Second funny story. Anyway, they're all friends now. Everyone made up, and I think we're all a little shell-shocked this morning. Second funny story, and it's about my other friend, God bless her. You know my friend Marnie Lance.
Yes, of course.
Now, Marnie sometimes is right on top of the news, and sometimes she misses it by 5 degrees. When I woke up this morning, I had about 20 texts from all my friends, 20 different friends. I'm shell-shocked. I'm stunned. I'm speechless. I'm terrified. I'm annoyed. I'm scared. I'm sad. I'm bummed. Then I got a text from Marnie. So I made the chia seed pudding with the almond milk, and let me tell you, it's not as good as I thought it was. I was dying. That's Marnie. Whatever happened last night, she was making her chia seed pudding, and you know what? It wasn't as sweet and as good as she thought it was going to be. She's on the diet as well. She later explained everything to her children. I promised that I would make sure I mentioned that, but look, we're going to go on. Right? Tomorrow, someone else is going to make chia seed pudding, and then the next day, and then the next day, and next thing you know, it's going to be 4 years from now, and if it's really as bad as you think it is, then vote for someone else. And if there was ever more of a reason to actually get out there and vote, then this was it. If you're not happy, then you got to either be honest about what you want, or you got to actually get out there and exercise your right. That's what I'll say. Did Marnie comment? Is she mad at me?
I'm not down to it yet. Let me look. Marnie did not comment.
Okay.
So Cynthia says, good morning, Jenna. Jim Dwyer says, you are so right. Hope to get the chance to meet you someday. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
Nicole Gentile says, Jenna, I love that you speak to both sides. Not everyone is willing to see and debate that they both have their good and their bad. Thank you, and thank you for your upbeat, positive, humorous attitude, always.
This is me giving you kisses, but if you saw how much salad I shoved down my throat because of how much I wanted to toe the party line both ways. Anyway, go on.
Tracy Rayala says, good luck.
Thank you.
Jerry Dubeck says, good morning, Jenna. Love your something. Love your positivity.
I was like, I'd love your song too.
So Cynthia again says, you are so right. So that's the those are the comments so far.
Okay, perfect. Where's John?
John.
John's gone?
John's, I don't know where John is. John was probably up late. He's in Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Look, I stayed up till midnight, and I think she conceded at 2:30 a.m. And not that this is about me at all, but I definitely called the over on when this was really going to get decided, right? I said it was after midnight. You guys said it was going to be before. So I'd like a little bit of you were right, Jenna. Just a little bit. Just a little something.
Here's very little bit, Jenna. You were right.
Thank you.
You pegged the right time.
Thank you.
Just
everything else I got wrong. I got
right.
That right.
You got the right. No, you got the Cubs. You did get the Cubs right.
I think I just wanted the Cubs to win. So,
Leslie Clark was asking if Stephanie survived security watch duty.
She did. Look, people were civil and there were no issues last night, and she got in, I think, around 1:30, 2 o'clock, is when they finally started dismissing everyone. She was supposed to, everybody was like all hands on deck until both speeches were made, the concession speech and then his, and Hillary didn't give her speech, so they let Stephanie go. But remember yesterday she talked about going on a trip. That trip was canceled, so I did have her help this morning, which was good because this morning I gave a parent tour at my kid's school, which was really interesting because I was up so late, I did all of zero research on the history of the school. So I figured I was just going to be doing stand-up comedy for these 6 parents who showed up on my tour. So basically I was like, so you got your classroom over here, and then, those are the restrooms. I mean, it was hilarious. But, I mean, I was like, look, if you're here to get the bags, I'm not the person. If you're here to learn what my kid learned from this school, you're going to be all set. So here we go. This is what Harper learned. She was a zygote before she came in, and now she's basically Cody. And I laid it on a little thick. And I was just sort of talking to my regular voice, and every time one of the school administrators walked by, I was like, and then in 1935, education, then they walk by, I'm like, and this is where their cubbies are. Like, it was really funny. I did my proper sucking up. I wanted the school to know how happy I am. Basically, I wanted to make sure Quinn got in. You know, she's having some trouble putting her clothes on these days. I don't want that to keep her getting into school. But I did that with radiant success. My tour went well. Then it started raining, and then people were just crying left and right off the side of the road because of last night. And now here I am, and in a few minutes I'm going to run up and I'm going to give a speech.
What are you speaking about?
So I'm going to kind of broach, it's under the umbrella of health and wellness, but I'm going to broach a number of topics, basically where I grew up, why I am the way I am, my coming out story on national television, my decision to leave the Today Show, parenting 101, parenting 202, and this show a little bit on taking chances in life and on not being satisfied with safety, because being safe is comfortable, but it's also probably the most dangerous thing you can do, because you'll never ever exceed your own boundaries if you just play it 9 to 5 every single day. So that's what I'm talking about.
It seems like that's what Trump did, actually.
What did what?
He pushed the boundaries. Like, he went out and he tried to do something that, nobody thought he could do, and that he probably...
Yeah, and you'll fail more often than not. But if you don't try, you will never succeed, ever. So if you do try, at least you have a chance to succeed.
Got it. So, so you're starting off this speech in like 10 minutes. You're going up in 10 minutes, you said, or?
No, I'm going up at noon. I have to go upstairs and to the building in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to take you up with me. If I can, I will. I could always bring you back in. What are you going to do with everybody? And I want people to know I'll be back. As soon as my speech is over, I'll hop back on. I'll take you with me downtown, and we're going to have a fun show. We're going to be at this great, really, really cool art gallery by Roberto Tedesco, who is one of the most interesting guys you'll ever meet. Trust me. And we'll walk around the studio. We'll have some fun. We'll talk. We'll get it. We'll laugh. We'll cry. We'll do all of it. And that'll be today's show.
Right.
So, don't go anywhere. Lance is going to try to entertain you. He's going to see how hard it is to be in front of the camera for an hour with...
Well, no. Who thinks I'm going to be in front of the camera? I'm going to stay behind the camera. We may actually go... we're downtown. I think we'll go hit the streets a little bit, show people New York. And then we will come back in around 12:30. Roberto said that he's going to do some stuff to even make an announcement or something here. He's going to make it interesting during that half hour. So like from 12:30 till 1, we'll have Roberto on. And then hopefully we'll reconnect with you if you want to, on your way down here, maybe from your taxi.
Okay.
You want to do that, or?
Can you? Yeah, that's great, for sure. Can you, when Roberto was last on the show, he signed a book, one of his gallery picture books. Picture books? Like, I'm
A picture book,
about art.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm like his coloring book. And in the 5 minutes that he signed it, and I say 5 minutes because he actually wrote his name, and then he diagrammed something, he drew a horse, it was like I was like in a trance. It was so beautiful. So maybe he could just draw something or recreate the signature or something, and put that somewhere.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
Page. That signature was lovely.
Yeah. So he's basically. I'm gonna let him just like run things for like the 12:30 to 1 o'clock time, and then we'll figure it out. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants today. But I'm actually happy that we got.
I love you.
We got this.
Yeah, and I love your pants, so that's good.
Thank you. Yeah, they're nice pants. I wear the same ones all the time. Guess what color they are? Oh, what color are your pants? Well, is that Stephanie's jacket?
No, this is actually my jacket, but I will tell you this.
You're wearing Stephanie's perfume? Oh. Stephanie shirt.
She actually had a really good time on the show, Lance. She's like, she must have said it 4 times. She's like, that was really fun. I'm like, every day, Steph. This is what we do every day. Every day.
You told her how much fun it is to hang with me. She didn't believe you. You know, how lucky are you that you get to hang out with me for 4 hours a day?
She's like, oh, this is your work husband. Okay, 2 things. 1, I'm going to go upstairs. 2, because we're so natural and real on the show, I might as well tell you to email Dan back because he emailed me saying that you guys are just off on communication. And 3, I will, if I get upstairs nice and time, I'll check back in. Otherwise, shall I just FaceTime you just like this again at 1 o'clock?
I think, yeah, when you're done, when you're out the elevator, unless you want to test what happens in the elevators, going up there now.
You want to come with me now? Okay, I just have
let's see what happens if you can. Yeah, let's see how far we go with you, and then we'll if you get upstairs.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Let's just test it out.
Put you on pause for 1 second so I can get the address. Okay.
Sure.
Hold on. All right, here we go.
That's Jenna pausing the show. She'll be back. This is us as we figure out the technology, how to make everything work.
Yeah, I'm actually doing something with video editing and trying to figure out a way to put the facing on the actual feed.
Connor's actually trying to figure out how we can actually put the FaceTime on the feed. So he's doing some technology work on the fly over here.
Good.
But this is. I will say this, I kind of like the phone-on-phone look. So there's something to this.
All right, so let's go. We're going to 40th Street, just off 8. Let's see. Come with me. Let's see how far we can go.
All right.
So there's going to be a whole thing giving IDs and everything. Welcome to New York, everybody. Sorry. I'm not even in New York. I said sorry. 40th Street.
So you're walking to the Times now?
I'm walking to the Times now, yeah. Just off 8, so I think we're right around the corner.
That's why they call it Times Square, by the way. Did you know that?
Yes, check it out.
But it was the New York Times Square, I think, at some point.
Is there another entrance here? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Found it. Oh, wait, my thing is in the way. There we go.
All right. So let us know where you are now. You're at.
Wait, I can't hear you. I'm going to walk in now, and then I'm going to hear you better.
Okay.
Problem is I decided to bring this stupid coffee cup up. Thank you very much. Let me put my, let me go ahead and put my umbrella away. See if I can do it while you guys are looking at me. This is the New York Times. It's lovely, beautiful. I'm worried that they're going to be like, oh, like, who are your 10 top writers? And, you know, we'll get them to come in and hang out. And I'll be like, have you seen Diner? That's what I'm going to say if they ask me that. Okay, here we go. I'm sure I'm going to need my ID. Okay. Let's see. Hi, how are you? Hi. I'm going upstairs. Whoa, yeah. How'd you know that? Oh, wow, that's convenient. Perfect. I don't even have to get my idea. They had a picture. some lipstick on.
You look great. Don't worry about it.
Marcy was like, you know, it would kill you to wear some makeup. That's what Marcy said. What do you guys think? Would it kill me to wear some makeup? It probably would. Oh, hi, not you. I'm good. What's your name?
George.
That's George, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Say hi. Nice guy. Let's put this here while I get a little bit of this. I hear you guys whispering, just so you know.
Yeah, we lost a little bit of the feed, so that's back. Okay.
Oh, I may lose you when I go in the elevator. Can you hear me now?
Okay. We're still here.
Oh, good. Good. So we put a little bit on.
So what, did they say? Did the Times say what the problem was that they were having with the Facebook, or no?
No, but I let them know that this would have been good for them if we were able to get the feedback up, but I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna head up now.
See how- so we're probably gonna lose you.
You are?
I mean, soon when you're in the elevator, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely?
Yes.
Okay. Where am I going?
He's going to come down for you.
Oh, he's coming down for me? Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too, George. We'll say hi to him real quick, and then he'll see. How's our audience so far? Hey, guys, quickly, tune in. Maybe the Times will let us broadcast this. So here are the New York Times elevators. This is the coffee that at this point is now freezing, but I somehow refuse to let go of it, like a security blanket. Do you do that?
Yeah.
You know how there's people, they one cup of coffee, then they hold it all day. It's like 5 o'clock, they're taking their last dip. That's my friend Marcy. I'm starting to rethink the decision to have a large coffee, my second one of the day, right before I'm supposed to give this really nice, relatively poignant speech. Relative. Oh, here, I'll do this. This is the outfit.
Cheryl is asking, what are you doing? We're
I don't know. I am giving a speech at the New York Times about everything. About health and wellness and motivation and my career and parenting and mommyhood and LBGT2s and all that good stuff.
Sarah is saying that she loves the behind-the-scenes stuff today.
Thank you. We should do this more often.
Yeah, working the phone in is actually an important. This is going to be good, I think, in terms of just even doing this with guests also.
So this is basically the outfit with my shoes.
Oh, let me see
Let's
your shoes.
Let me move back a little bit. With the boots. That's it.
Cool.
No, wearing a hat, but I feel like in many ways I need to class up the joint a little bit. You know, like I unclassed the joint, so in order to class it up, I took my hat off. But I love the kind of events where I can get up and kind of wax poetic a little bit and just have some fun before I get started. So I'm trying to think of a good opening line. I'm thinking something along the lines of, so let me quickly get this speech in before I'm off to Canada. I mean, I'm kidding, but,
Right.
you know.
Are you going to talk at all about the election?
You know, look, this is, I can't imagine that they would want me to. Like, what can I possibly have to say that every single person here hasn't already?
You can say that Lance had it right.
I think there's more that you know that you're not telling me. Like, I think you know more than I can.
No, it was like I was just listening to the radio, like a lot of it. Like you actually turned me on. You know who was Joe Scarborough was very much on Morning Joe. He kept on saying that this wasn't over, and you had Nate Silver was giving it a 35% chance, right? And the Times, I think, actually, as of yesterday, was giving Trump a 15% chance, which is something. You know, it's not nothing.
Not much.
But it's a chance, and
Yeah.
there were a lot of disenfranchised people around, so.
Sure, and I think there are a lot of disenfranchised people around this morning.
Right, I mean, but there was also a lot of, there was a lot of condescending stuff going on, and people took things for granted. I mean, like, she ran a very negative campaign. He ran a negative campaign. You know, positive. It's a hard. So it was an interesting time. Everybody's probably exhausted. Also, like, I think
Oh, yeah.
everybody
I mean,
stayed
beyond,
up.
like, they're going to take, like, weeks off. And what are we going to do? Well, now this will carry over, I think, for at least a couple weeks where politics is still going to be front and center. And then eventually we'll need the next news cycle, whatever it may be. And we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
Something, the beauty of news, something always does, right?
this
It
is
always does.
yeah. I mean, and, you know, he has enough kids that we could have like 30 years of Trump.
Oh, hold on, guys. This is Carrie. How are you?
Hey there, how are you?
It's good to see you.
How's everything?
This is Gary, everybody. Gary's a big wig at the New York
Hi,
Times.
Gary.
A couple hundred people are watching right now, so say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing?
I'm
out
going to
there?
have to say goodbye, unfortunately, because I can't bring you upstairs. But we were going to put the link and everything, but it's not working. It would have been great.
Having a problem. I know. What we're going to do is we are getting a video taped, and we're going to get that up there running for everybody to actually see the video. Our apologies again that we don't have it ready for everybody now.
Okay, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to show you the speech at all. But you guys have fun. Lance, go take everybody on a great ride. I'm going to go kick a little New York Times ass. Sorry, is that okay?
No, that's totally fine. You
Not
are.
on the thing, by the way. And I will loop back in around 1 or as soon as I'm done afterwards, and I'll carry on, and we'll have a great rest of the show. Okay?
All right, we'll see you soon. Everybody, welcome
Bye.
to our world.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on a little walk. We'll see you soon. We're gonna keep.
Okay.
All right, have fun. Let's do this, Connor. You ready to walk?
Yeah, you want a break?
Cut that one. Let's take.